gaming. No, it's not. It's BWTM Sports. More talk about BWTM gaming. BWTM Sports and Gaming. Talking nonsense. How are you? Hope you all are well. Um, so I want to talk about this this new Tyson Fury. This Tyson Fury that is so dedicated to training. He's locked himself away for 3 months. Blah de blah de blah de blah. Now I've known Tyson Fury for many years. Those of you who have been on this channel, know this channel, know the history. I don't have to go into about it much. You know what it is, so I don't have to be explain myself. So for those of you who know the history, will know that I've followed this man for a very long time, and I've spoken to him. And when I speak to him for interviews, I don't talk to him as a fanboy. I talk to him as a study of reference, so that later on I can use that to so I have an idea of like moments like this now, whether his behavior has changed significantly, whether it's out of character, out of place, or it's just the norm. Now, based on what I've seen so far, and based on what I've known of Tyson Fury, let's put it this way, and a lot of people are not going to like this year, but this is the truth. When I hear the commentators, these pundits and these ex boxers and current boxers, all Tyson Fury, yeah, he's dedicated for this fight. He's dedicated to this camp. He's spent 3 months away, and he's not spoken to his wife, and he's been mean in training, and he's focused. He's down to business, and so what? If he is those things, if he is dedicated and focused and down to business, and well, he should have been that for the first fight. You're a prize fighter. That is what you're paid to do. That is like saying to a footballer, "Oh yeah, he's turned up to the football ground today, and he's a striker, and he's taking penalties, or he's practicing free kicks, and he hasn't spoken to his wife and kids because he's prepared for a matchup." Those things are things which are what makes a professional, right? So why are we talking about those professional things? It does not make any sense. It's like those are the things that make you professional. Those are the things that make you an athlete. Those are the things that is required of you to be a professional. Like the days of Marvin Hagler, and Marvin Hagler went into camp and he trained in camp. It was a norm to lock yourself away in camp. Like Lennox Lewis, it was a way to lock yourself away in camp. You lock yourself away in camp, you prepare yourself like a Spartan for a fight. But I never heard that when he fought Wilder. He's locked himself away in training camp, and he's not talked to the family. To me, it is what it seems like to me. Oh, destruction, and two words. All these two words are like, oh, pain and destruction. Man's fed up of interviews. Just wants to get on with the fight, and wants to just complete and go through what is necessary. You paid 100 odd million to fight. 100, was it 100 million to fight? I mean, come on. You paid a lot of money to fight. Or was he Usyk's got 100 million? He's got 70 million. I mean, I don't know, but it's ridiculous amounts of money. The bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. I think that he knows two things. He knows that a man like Tyson, like Alexander Usyk, can hurt him, and he knows a man that he could possibly stop him. He also knows that not being his best is not enough. And to me, his behavior is a man that, if he's like basically saying, this shit don't pull off, I'm out of here, I'm retiring. That's the energy I'm picking up there. So, and Turkish Bray said to him, you know what? we need you to win this fight. We need you to win this fight. Do you know what I mean? And has told Tyson to buckle down. So I don't know in all of Tyson Fury's career, not even when Peter Fury was around him. Sorry for the noise in the background. My apologies. I've got people at the house doing some repairs. Not even in the days of only in the days of probably Peter Fury would I say that Tyson was that locked down. Like since then, I think he's just been kind of like, I won't say a law unto himself, but he certain thing had things his own way. When he wants to pull out a fight, he pulls out fights. When he doesn't want to go through a fight, he doesn't go through with a fight. Until the situation with Wilder 3, where there was a legal obligation, because he's trying to pull out that as well. So to me, I don't think he ever wanted to fight Alexander Usyk. He didn't want to fight Usyk until he was forced into a situation to fight Usyk, right? So he didn't want to fight Usyk. Then we had the cut. Then obviously, after that, we had the fight. But he was doing well in the fight. But this is not Derek Chisora. This is not Deontay Wilder. I've said this before. This is another level again. Now, don't get me wrong. He's a big man. He's a strong man. Could he knock Usyk out? Yeah, quite possibly could knock Usyk out. This is heavyweight boxing. But I suspect that if they decide to make Tyson heavier, if they decide to make him heavier and he comes forward, I think there's going to be more opportunities for Usyk to hit him. Because bigger doesn't make faster. Bigger makes you heavier, so then you're slower, so then you get hit more and probably more cleaner. And because you're coming forward, you're walking onto shots. If you're backing up, you're less likely to walk onto shots. So the combination of you coming forward and somebody meeting you in the middle, that's more likely for you to get knocked out, right? That's why I look at it. If he comes in lighter, then his ability to take punches may also be a problem because of how he may have lost the weight. Listen, the way I see, the way I'm looking at Tyson Fury, the way he's behaving, he's like a man that is on the brink. And I hate the reference of the Wilder fight. Now you're trying to make Deontay Wilder into like the Floyd Mayweather of boxing. Like you make a decision: was Wilder a good boxer or not? Because I've never known a fighter in history, and I've watched boxing quite a bit, and you'll have to tell me a fighter. Actually, I'll correct that. I'll say Vladimir Klitschko. When Vladimir Klitschko got pounded by Ross Putti, Emmanuel Stewart gave Vladimir Klitschko a style that made him more defensively responsible and made him throw less punches. So he didn't throw uppercuts, straight punches. Like obviously he didn't do what Anthony Joshua do, will throw uppercut from so far out and get caught. Limit the amount of punches, right? 3 punches the maximum, so you don't get. It's harder for you to get countered. Work behind the jab and in a very defensive way. Tie a guy up when he's close. That was Emmanuel Stewart's way for Lennox Lewis and for Vladimir Klitschko. I get that. I get that. But everyone celebrated Tyson for beating Vladimir Klitschko in that way he used to box, and for a big guy he was mobile and all that stuff, and we liked him for that. It wasn't a classic great fight. Vladimir Klitschko at the time was with that I can't remember her name again, but he was going for a divorce. He was either going for a divorce or divorced. So, and he didn't have the greatest camp, I can tell you that now. That's not knocking what Tyson Fury did on the night. I still think he did very well. He got inside of Vladimir's head. But this is a totally different situation. So Vladimir Klitschko's style was set to prevent because of his chin. Tyson Fury's style, he was always a good boxing. He always had good boxing ability, right? His style was changed because of the Wilder fight. Because in the first fight, he boxed on the back foot against Wilder, which allowed Wilder to throw punches and be on the end of Wilder's punches. So in the rematch, because Wilder's tall, long, and rangy, right? So in the rematch, and in the 12th round, he realized if I push this guy back, He doesn't punch as hard, and if I stay on top of him and I'm heavier than him, I can kind of like bulldoze him, which is what we saw in the second fight, and we saw a little bit more of it in the third fight. But again, when he gave Wilder range, that's where Wilder was able to knock him down with the two knockdowns in the third fight. But since the Wilder fights, it's like people say, well, yeah, if he fights the way he fought Wilder in the second fight, well, how does Deontay Wilder and Usyk compare? They just don't. If he walks forward like that against Usyk, he's going to get his head knocked off. He's getting his head knocked. He's not his block knocked off because Wilder doesn't have the footwork to move around the ring like Usyk does. He doesn't have the counter a bit like Usyk does, and he doesn't rely on just one right hand. And he has better boxing fundamentals. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand why you have to reference one guy's fighting stuff because he beat Wilder. Like it's like beat a god in Wilder. So now because he beat God in Wilder, he can come and now do that to Usyk. I'm not understanding why they keep going on about this nonsense. It's over and over and over again. And the other thing is Fury cannot fight for 12 rounds at a pace. He cannot. He cannot. Some There are things that Fury does and will always do in his fights. He will always rub his nose. Yeah? He always does this. When you watch him, he always does this. This is how he boxes. He always does that. And Usyk picked up on it. Tyson's not going to change that. Tyson from round one, I said before, couldn't get out of the way of the left hand. But his whole behaviour, I'm not going to mess around as much. Now, there is another thing to throw into this pot here. Tyson messed around in the fight because they wanted a rematch. And as mad as that sounds, and as stupid as that sounds, yeah, they're talking about a trilogy. Frank's talking about trilogy. Turkey Sheikh's talking about trilogy. I don't know. I don't know what to. I don't really know what to believe in the sport and so forth because it's so corrupt. To its highest levels, corrupt. I can't take nothing for face value anymore. Let's see what people are saying. Greetings to you. Yes, Shook. I think he tries to start earlier and aggressive, but this will lead him to get tired earlier, and we see Usyk stopping him 7 to 9 rounds. All there. Will he fight AJ after? We don't know. I tell you something now. I can see Fury getting knocked flat out on his flat on his face. Bang! I can see it happening, like falling flat. Seriously, I can see it. And I know of none of Fury fights I've ever seen him thought that he could fall flat on his face. And this fight, I think he can. Fury's using the same doctor as Conor Benn and Dennis McCann for Wilder. Fury doesn't have stamina like that. I've heard that about this doctor. On his IG, he's still in Fury's camp. Birds of a feather. He showboats to make a arrest. Well, I'm sure Usyk's team will be aware of that and will know of that. So, I don't know. Again, it's speculation. Was the first fight, did he use something? And the second fight, he didn't. In the first fight, he didn't use something. And in the second fight, is he using something? I don't know. I don't know. And to what degrees will things be put in the favour of Fury so that he can win the second fight? I just don't know. Good, Testy, how you doing, brother? I just don't know. But from what I've seen of Fury and his body language and the way he's carrying on, is like a man who is literally putting it all on the line as if this is his last hurrah. As if he knows, you know what? I don't know how much more I've got left to offer, but I'm going to do the best I can. We certainly know that the Wilder 3 fight took something out of Fury. And the other Wilder fights. But what about the Usyk fight? Didn't the Usyk fight take something out of him as well? I'm worried this fight will be rigged. Trilogy incoming. Yeah, I'm worried about that. Yeah, I hope Usyk don't drink water from anyone. Turkey's mentioned trilogy so much, making me uncomfortable. It's made me very uncomfortable too, my friend. Very uncomfortable. Turkey is doing a great job, but he needs to chill with some of the stuff he says. He does. I've said this before. He really does. And lessons will probably be learned. But I will tell people right now, yeah, that there's a side to Alexander Usyk we have not seen yet. In fact, I've seen it once. I think when he fought this guy Huck. Um, Usyk's got the faster hands. He's got the faster hands, and if he doesn't play with that left hand and he lets that left hand go early, if he actually lets the left hand go, he can hurt Tyson very early in this fight. If he lets the left hand go early, like I said, he's got two types of left hand. He's got the left hand, which just keeps it out there and just keeps you busy, keeps you thinking, and then he's got that rocket of a left hand. That's the rocket that he hurt Tyson with in the ninth round. And I just think from early on, he was catching Tyson with that left hand. So for me, if Tyson's to win this fight, he has got to find an answer to that left hand. Because that left hand was touching Tyson from round one, and Tyson could not and did not do anything to rectify that left hand. He did nothing about it. I loved when Usyk said he talks to his family every day when after Fury said he hadn't spoken to his family for 3 months. I don't know what to believe. People keep talking about Wilder and Klitschko for 2, 3, but both of those are gone. His legs for those fights is not present. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think that what he's going to do is going to he's going to come forward and try and bully Usyk. And let's remember one thing: it's the Kronk style. And what's the Kronk style based on? Knockouts. Now I wonder, and I ask this question: if Emmanuel Stewart was alive today, would Emmanuel Stewart have gone down the lines of like the way Sugar Hill's going after Usyk? We've got to go for the knockout. So there's no secret what they need to do. They need to knock Usyk out. But wait, hold on. Why do you need to knock Usyk out if you're confident you can win the fight on the cards? Are you confident you can win the fight on the cards? Are you confident? If Turkey Al Sheikh has that so much power, then why would Tyson have to worry about 12 rounds? You know that if he goes 12 rounds, Usyk will lose on points. So why do you have to go for the knockout? Surely shouldn't it be Usyk need to go for the knockout because they want this trilogy so much? And coming forward aggressive plays into the hands of Usyk's counter punching and could trigger a 7 to 9 stoppage for Usyk. Fury seems like he's MK Ultra trained. Pain, hurt, LOL. Well, he might well be. He might well be. He's going for the KO before he gasses out. That's it. That's it. He thinks that if he just goes out there and, well, I hurt him before. If I put that bit more weight on my punches, I'll get him out there. Yeah, but if you do that, you might also leave yourself open to getting tagged. For you trying to pull the Clubber Land card, Pain, I don't hate him, but I pity the fool. He can play whatever card he wants to play. The card, if I'm Fury, or if I'm in Fury's corner, and I'm Fury's team, he needs to go back and look at the tape and say, well, I've got to stop the amount of left hands I got hit with. And the other thing Fury's got to watch out for is Usyk's right hand. Because it was the right hand that set Usyk up with the left hand. If you go back and look at the tape, it's the left hand he hits Fury with, but it's Fury leaves himself open, and Usyk throws the right hand first, and then the left. So it's the right hand open Fury up, and then the left hand over the top. So I don't know what to think, people. I really don't know what to think. But I know Tyson is... for me, he's like a man, a last chance saloon. Of course, Fury's angles are. Of course, Fury's angles are Fury's kryptonite. Of course, they are. I mean, the guys that Tyson done well against, for the most part, are flat-footed and come forward. Chisora. What's this guy's name? Apart from the Ngannou fight. The Ngannou fight, I just think he underestimated Ngannou, but Ngannou's physically big and strong. So when you're going against something that's stronger than you, then you have to box. You can't just walk through it. Like, it's different because there was no resistance with Wilder because of Wilder's frame and strength. But with Ngannou, he was bouncing off of Ngannou because Ngannou's physically stronger. And I suspect if Tyson tried to do the same thing against Joshua, well, I don't know about what Joshua now, but Joshua before he fought Usyk, right? Actually, not even that Joshua. Joshua before he fought Ruiz, around that time, physical strength. Around that time, because he believed in himself. I don't want to see Joshua versus Fury, to be honest. Fury needs to go for it, try and flatten him. That's what I think Fury's going to do. I think Fury's going to come forward and try and flatten Usyk. But he may end up getting flattered. But to me, again, and I would not be surprised at the end if Tyson Fury, should he lose, say, you know what? I want to say thank you to Turkey for the opportunity. I want to take Usyk as a very good man. He's a Christian man, blah, 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 blah. But he was the better man. I tried the first time. I tried the second time. It wasn't my night. Good luck to Alexander Usyk. That's what I'm saying. But I really am expecting Usyk to flatten Fury. I really am. And if Fury pulls it off, uh, without controversy, fair enough. Fair enough. But I'm expecting Usyk to flatten him. I really am. I really am expecting to flatten him. Like, really punish him and flatten him. You know? Um, I could be totally wrong here. Tyson may come out and blitz Usyk in a couple of rounds. Can't see it happening. But I just think that if Usyk is put the pedals put to the metal, right? I think he will let some rocket launchers go in fear of himself getting knocked out. I think he'll really put it to Fury. That's what I think. I think he will. I think we're looking at a great fighter in Usyk, and I think we're looking at a good fighter in Fury. Fury won't tie if he loses too much money in the Fury AJ fight. Is there? Is there? If he gets knocked flat out and Joshua should be knocked flat out, I don't know. I don't know. And what they're fighting for? The best in Britain? Are they fighting for the best in Britain? Because Dubois just flattened AJ. So why doesn't Fury fight Dubois? That would be good. Why didn't Fury fight Dubois? That would make more sense. Anyway, good luck, Tyson Fury. I hope that best of I don't want to wish it for my guy, Tyson. I like Tyson. I do like him, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much is left in him. I really don't. I don't know. Sometimes when people look camps off, it's because they're looking good. They want to hide things. And sometimes people look camps off because they're looking shit. And nobody knows. If he wins, I'm not fighting. He's not fighting AJ. MRFC gives a fling about that fight. No, who does? I don't. I don't see no point in. I don't see no point in the fight. Well, what does it prove? Or juice it? I used to like Fury, but he said a lot of dumb stuff over the past few years. Put me off him. Yeah, he did say some dumb things. He called Usyk a pumped up middleweight, and if he didn't beat Usyk, he was never any good. Well, those are the things he said. Does anyone remember that? He said that if he didn't beat Usyk, he was never any good, and he was useless. And we did say that. I didn't say that stuff. He said that stuff, and it's very dangerous when you say stuff like that. Um, if I'm Alexander Usyk here, and I'm going into this fight against Tyson, and I'm going to do my walkout. Before I do my walkout, I'll play clips of Tyson Fury, and I paste clips of when Tyson Fury is saying, "Ah, he's a blown up middleweight. If I can't beat Alexander, I'm not any good. Um, he's a gappy tooth rabbit. He's ugly." I'd play all them things as I'm making my walk to the ring as the champion. I would play that stuff just to remind Tyson Fury of what he said, and then play that ninth round. I play all the stuff as I'm coming to ring. I play all those things and let Tyson see. I let Tyson wait in the ring. I let him see all that stuff to remind him of all the rubbish he's been talking over the years. He's still calling back. I would. I really would do it. I'd play all those things. Make his life flash before him before I got in the ring. But if they haven't worked out the left hand, if they've not worked out, if they think that it's just, oh, I'm just going to get big and I'm going to walk Usyk down, then I, George Royce is pretty big. Joshua was pretty big. I don't know. He's come up from cruiserweight. When you come up from cruiserweight, you see them punches coming a mile off a lot faster because you've been fighting guys who are much faster than you naturally, or as fast as you. When you move up in weight, you've got that advantage of seeing punches before they're going to hit you. I don't know, man. I might just waffle in here. But anyway, enjoy the fight. We have to weigh in, what, tomorrow? With the weigh in tomorrow, we'd have a press conference. So we'll see how the press conference goes, see what Usyk and Fury have to say for himself. I'm looking forward to the Moses Atalma fight. I'm sorry, I'm not buying the hype. I'm not buying hype until I see something that makes me excited about the young kid. Yeah, he's had a knockout. He beat up Paul Mariusvac, who's just, as Nigel Benn said, they only brought me over here to bash me up. So that's what happened with Mariusvac. Yes, I'm not that into this Moses Atalma. Is Usyk one of the most likable heavyweights of all time? Yeah, I think he is. I think he is. I thought Ricky Butt was pretty likable until he threw the WBC belt in the bin. I thought Bo was really likable. I thought Bo was really likable as a heavyweight. You know? Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Moses Talma. Who else is fighting? I don't know. Wait. Isn't Bivol and Beterbiev fighting on the same night? Or was that another night? Is that February or not? Stop. Yes. When is Bivol and Beterbiev fighting? By the way, the 100 million could even pull the Ing into the ring for one last scorcher. Ah, you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy, bro. You're a funny guy. What could I do with 100 million? I wouldn't even begin to think what I could do with 100 million. I know what I would do with 100 million. I know exactly what I'd do with 100 million. I'd invest it in building a state-of-the-art academy in Africa. That's what I would do. 22nd of February. Right. I was wondering why I didn't see their faces around. I kept seeing the promotion for the fight. I'm thinking, how could they be fighting and Usyk be fighting on the same night? No. Turkey pays a lot for this fight. Yeah, I'm sure he does. Oh, 2022nd. I thought it was March. Oh, there you go. See? There you go. Right, people. Again, don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section. And please, come over to my gaming channel. I'm there nearly most days. I'm over my gaming channel. I'm doing football. I've got UFC. I've got Undisputed. So come over. I've got Peace 5. Come over. Subscribe to my gaming channel. Of course, you just go down and click in the playlist. You'll see all my gaming. Just click on BWTM Gaming. Click on the video and subscribe. Right. I'm out of here. Take care, much love, and thank you for watching. Merry Christmas.